Do it. Hi, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of the SEO Melbourne podcast. I'm here today with Kylie Noble, the director of Eastcoast Sailing. Kylie has been a client of ours for the last three and a half years now. And, we've helped them with their SEO and their website strategies for the last 3 years. Hi, Kylie. How are you doing today?
Well, thanks, Girish. Great to be out on the water again.
Yes, it feels good, especially after the year that we've had. It feels good to be out and about in the water. So Kylie, tell us a bit about East Coast Sailing. Tell us a bit about the story behind how or when did you guys buy the business? How long have you guys been running this business for? And about the industry in general.
Sure. So we purchased the business 12 years ago.
Yep.
And we bought it very small, and it's grown considerably, which is wonderful. And hats off to SEO Melbourne, who've been part of that journey.
Thank you.
We have grown in a nice, substantial way, and so has the charter boat industry overall. So whilst we've grown as a business, the demand for boats on Sydney Harbour and up in Pittwater have increased incredibly.
Yep.
As a result, there's a lot more boats out on the harbour. There's a lot more boats in charter compared to when I first started, especially the catamaran variety.
Just wanted to find out a bit more, about 2020, because I'm sure last year would have been one of the most challenging years for you guys in terms of, in terms of the whole COVID situation. And so tell us, as a business, what were some of the biggest challenges that you guys faced last year?
Yeah, right. So we had two major shutdowns. Obviously, the initial one, which came in March of 2020, and that was a rude shock. For the most part, I'm happy to say that our clients understood the situation and were happy to reschedule.
Yep.
Luckily, we got through that quite well. And then, of course, came December when we had the Avalon cluster. So that was another. By that time, we were pretty jaded.
Yeah.
And so personally, I found that much more challenging.
Completely understandable. And just to get a bit of an idea, tell us a bit about, the peak times. When does it start getting really busy? When does it start getting really quiet with your business?
Sure. So we are definitely a very seasonal business. So it goes from the highs to the lows. But yeah, the busy time goes from basically September. It starts to build up. Then October's pretty crazy because you've got a lot of people booking as well as boats going out. And then the crescendo, of course, is December or November, and then December's just crazy.
Yeah.
And we always, in the office, we're always understanding that we're holding on for dear life.
Let's talk a bit about, some of the, I guess, the online challenges that we faced and, how we've helped you through the SEO transition. Just wanted to know, since we've been working with you since the end of, I think, 2017, which has been pretty, we've been working with you for about 3 seasons now. Do you feel that you guys have grown a bit in terms of the number of inquiries that you've had over the past, over the past 3 years? What's your overall, stance? Do you think you have picked up a lot more? You are getting a lot more business online?
Yes, yeah, definitely. With you guys coming on board, it's really forced us to take on that next level of professionalism. I guess when I first had the business, it was smaller, and I was learning, and with the growth of online and the online booking system, you'd be competing with Airbnb and booking.com. I mean, that's like a accommodation, but it's a similar, this whole online platform. People are wanting to see it straight away, have all their information straight away, and then be ready to make a booking. So that's been something that you guys have really helped with, and improving the website so that it is more easy to navigate, more user-friendly, so that by the time that the client comes to us, they should have all the information they know, and it's a fairly straightforward process of booking with us.
Yeah, no, sure. That's something that, we want users to be able to actually interact and get all the information that they can before making a decision. And I think we've recently added, I think last season, we added a filter on your boat, which then, makes it a lot more easier for users to actually navigate through price
Yes, yeah.
points
So
and
and that was the thing that you guys did. Like, these are things that I wanted to have happen, but I had no idea how to make them happen. So I just ring Girish up and say, okay, this is what I really want to have happen, and then you take it away and you talk to your developers, and then you come back and say, okay, we found a way. So absolutely, that's been a big benefit to us.
That's good to hear. I think I was in chats with Glenn. This was, I think, towards the at some point mid or towards the end of last year, where he said that you guys had started self-drive boats recently. So tell us, a bit about that. Like, what is the requirement for someone to actually just take the boat out on them by themselves?
So we always have had, you call them self-drive, but
Yeah.
really in our industry with boats, it's sort of called bareboat hire. So bareboat hire is where, basically it's a self-drive. And that's been something that's the demand has grown for that.
Yeah.
Even before COVID, but then especially since COVID.
And so tell us a bit about, what does the future hold for ECS?
I'm happy where we're at the moment, happy to grow the areas that we know well, areas that are streamlined. And definitely more market share in Sydney. It's a very competitive market. So, and there's no reason why Eastcoast Sailing can't be the go-to for anybody wanting to hire a vessel in Sydney Harbour. We've got a lot of experience. We've been in the game for 12 years. You get customer service from the likes of myself and my fabulous event manager Lucy, and then we hire others sort of during the busier time. But essentially, it's the two of us, and we know our stuff. We really do. So, and then up in Pittwater, that's a growing market, and we can make anything happen for you pretty much up there.
Yeah. So thanks for coming. Thanks for taking the time out today and having this conversation with us. And in case anyone wants to hire a boat, I'm going to send you guys a link on this video, and feel free to get in, log in, jump on Eastcoast Sailing, and send your inquiry, and Kylie and Lucy will meet you.
Absolutely, we'd love to look after you. Sydney Harbour is an absolutely magical place to be.